are going on the record with New York City's Senior Advisor for Recovery and Safety Planning, Terence Monahan. You may know the name because he also was formerly with the NYPD. So let's begin, sir, with crime. Good to have you, by the way, right here on Picks and Politics, and good to see you in person.
Oh, it's great to be back in person.
So I want to talk about crime. It's a huge issue for so many New Yorkers, and here's why. Just look right here. The shootings are up 36%. That number, over 800 shootings just in 2021. You're the former top cop, now advisor for safety. When you see these kind of numbers, how do you start to get them to come down?
Listen, we look at what happened last year. It all started right after all the protests. The numbers went crazy. And it leveled down a bit, way above where we were. Remember where we were as a city.
Yeah.
Under 800 shootings for 3 years in a row in a city of 8.6 million, which is an amazing number. Where we hit last year got us back to 2010, not back to the 90s or 80s. And over the last couple of weeks, we're seeing a decrease compared to last year. I think we're down 40 shootings for the month of June compared to last year, way above where we were in 2019. But I think we're staying at that plateau of 2010 numbers. And now with things that are in place, CompStat, the technology, all of this working together, we'll start to bring it down and get back to that 800.
But you're saying they're going down, but perception is reality, right? And so for the reality for New Yorkers is it's dangerous on the streets right now, especially you see 2 shootings in a place like Times Square. You're saying, come on, tourists, welcome back to New York City. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to come. So is flooding areas with police officers, is that an answer?
You need to have, we need to deal with that perception. People need to feel safe. It's not, I could quote numbers to you all day long. It's no good if people don't feel safe. So we need to make sure that as people come back into Times Square, they see cops on every corner, that they see them as they get on the subway system, that they see a cop when they get on that system, while they're riding the system, as they get off the system. The more cops you see, the more safety you have, and the more prone people are to come back into the city.
There seems to have been a debate then about the subways, for example, of putting more police officers in the subway. I'm sure you've worked closely with the mayor, with the police commissioner, and with the MTA. How do you get more officers out there? Because it seems like they're asking the city's saying, well, look at the MTA. They could hire more police officers.
Well, listen, we looked at the numbers. If you look at the numbers, I think last week, 26 crimes in the subway system. But we deployed, the NYPD under Kathy O'Reilly deployed over 2,500 cops a day in that system to deal with 26 crimes. Does that seem like too many cops? Probably. But it is so important for people to feel safe in that subway. If the public is telling us they're not comfortable using the subway without seeing a cop, well, right now, to get this city back on its feet, they need to see that cop. We need to deal with that perception of crime, make people feel safe to get back on that subway, get back into the city, get back into the office, and get business growing again.
And so getting people out of their homes is issue number one, right? Correct. And then getting them on the subway, that's another issue. But how do you actually draw them out of your home when they've worked there for so long? They say, I can do my job from home, right? But a lot of people need to go back to an office. Is there an incentive plan to get people maybe to go back to an office?
Well, here in the city, the incentive plan is if you want to have a job, you come back to the office.
Right.
But I've been speaking to corporations all over the city. A lot of financial corporations, different businesses, and they all agree that they're not getting that same level of productivity at home. You're missing the by the way. When you see someone walk past you on the office and you see them, oh, by the way, I meant to talk to you about this. You're not getting that on a Zoom. You're not getting the sort of training that you get by sitting at home, by not seeing others work. You're not getting to learn from superior officers in your business by sitting at home, seeing how they operate on a day-to-day basis. And you're losing what we're doing right now, personal interaction, looking someone in the eye as you speak.
And so another issue to get people out of their homes, too, is to get vaccinated. It was 2 of the 5 boroughs are actually at a 70% threshold in terms of getting vaccinated, which could be called herd immunity in those 2 of the 5 boroughs. But that's simply not enough, right? You want to get people, as much people as possible, vaccinated. How?
Just keep on talking about it. If you want to get life back, if you want to have this city, this country back to where it was, you need to be vaccinated so people can feel safe. We don't need this virus to come back and start a shutdown again. We need people to be together, be out there, and the best way that we can join together is be vaccinated. We're doing all sorts of incentives to try and get people to come in and get vaccinated. But you know what? It's a moral responsibility, I think, at this point, for everyone else around us. Let's end this virus. Let's get this city and country back to where it was.
Number one issue right now for Terence Monahan in this new job, what is it?
To make people feel safe. to make them feel comfortable coming back into the office, to make tourists come back to New York. I want people to be sitting around this country saying, if I didn't come to New York City, damn, I missed something. This is going to be a great summer in New York. A lot of activities going on. We have homecoming week, which is going to be tremendous. And then comes September, kids back in school, most businesses back to full occupancy, restaurants flooded with people. You know, if you're not coming to New York City, well, you're really missing it. You're not going to see it elsewhere in this country.
30 seconds left. Are those outdoor dining structures, are they here to stay for the foreseeable future that you can see?
For the foreseeable future, they're there. It's those restaurants suffered so much during COVID. Now's their opportunity to expand their capacity, and let's fill every seat, inside and outside. Let's get this city back going again.
All right, Terence Monahan, thank you for being here in person. Do you miss wearing a uniform?
I miss wearing a uniform. I had to wear my best suit today so I could try and match it a little bit.
I was going to say, the competition here. This is a very nice suit. Terence Monahan, thank you for being here. You're welcome back anytime.
Always a pleasure.